What if I told you that the difference between living to 75 and thriving well into your 90s could come down to just 5 daily habits, none of which require a gym membership, a new diet trend, or a single pill? It's true. In fact, researchers at Harvard found that adopting just a handful of healthy behaviors after age 70 can extend your life by up to a decade, not just longer, but better. Sharper thinking, stronger bones, fewer hospital visits, and a richer social life. Here's the twist. Most people over 70 either don't know these habits or assume it's too late to start. That myth is costing lives. If you're over 70 or love someone who is, you need to hear this, because this isn't about radical change. It's about small shifts that compound over time, rewiring your body and brain for longevity, and it starts today. By the end of this video, you'll know the 5 most science-backed, practical habits that older adults are using to beat the odds, stay active, and enjoy more years with the people they love. And the first one. It's probably the easiest of them all, but it's quietly slashing your risk of death by nearly 40%. Ready to take the first step? Let's begin with the power of walking. Imagine adding years to your life without medication, surgery, or expensive treatments. In the next few minutes, you'll discover 5 simple habits, proven by science, that can dramatically extend your life after 70. We'll explore how a daily walk transforms your heart, how light weights protect your independence, and how sleep acts like nature's repair shop. You'll learn why your dinner plate and your social circle might matter more than your doctor's office. And stick around. There's a surprise bonus habit at the end that almost no one talks about, but it might be the key to aging in reverse. Picture this, a group of seniors in their late 70s and 80s walking through a neighborhood park each morning, chatting, smiling, moving with surprising ease. Many of them have outlived their siblings, avoided chronic disease, and remained mentally sharp. What's their secret? It isn't high-intensity workouts or strict diets. It's walking. Yes, something as ordinary as putting one foot in front of the other could be the most powerful tool in your longevity arsenal. A study published in JAMA Network Open found that adults over 70 who walked just 7,000 steps a day reduced their risk of early death by up to 50%. But here's the kicker, you don't even need that many. Even just 20 to 30 minutes of walking daily can lower blood pressure, improve balance, decrease joint stiffness, and dramatically reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke. One elderly man in the study began walking laps in his driveway after a mild stroke at age 74. By 80, he'd regained his strength and mobility, and his doctor called him a cardiac miracle. Now, if you're thinking, I'm not steady on my feet, or I haven't exercised in years, you're not alone. That's why walking is so powerful. It's adaptable. Start with 5 minutes. Walk indoors, use a cane, walk with a friend or a grandchild. Every step strengthens your heart, supports circulation to your brain, and reduces your risk of dementia. You're not just moving your legs, you're investing in your future memory, and it's not just physical. Walking outdoors boosts endorphins and vitamin D, lowering depression and even easing anxiety. One 78-year-old woman in a California memory study reported that her daily walks helped her remember birthdays again and sleep through the night. Walking became her therapy, her vitamin, her social hour, and her brain booster. Still not convinced? Think of this. Astronauts lose bone and muscle rapidly in zero gravity. Your body does the same without daily motion. But with walking, you're signaling your body to keep building, keep repairing, keep going. So lace up your shoes, even if you haven't in years. Because habit #1 is clear. Walking is medicine, and it's never too late to start the dose. But what happens when walking alone isn't enough to prevent falls or lift grocery bags? That's where habit #2 steps in, and it's all about strength training. If walking is the foundation of healthy aging, strength training is the secret weapon, often ignored, but absolutely vital. After the age of 70, we lose muscle at a staggering rate, up to 15% per decade, even faster if we're inactive. That loss isn't just about sagging arms or weaker legs. It's a fast track to falls, fractures, hospital stays, and for too many, losing independence altogether. But here's the good news. You can reverse it, not slow it, reverse it, and it doesn't require a gym. Let's look at something astonishing. A study from Tufts University enrolled frail adults aged 87 to 96, some using walkers, into a light strength training program. After just 10 weeks, many were walking faster, standing taller, and lifting heavier than they had in years. One participant who had previously struggled to climb a single stair was able to walk unassisted into her church again. Strength isn't youth-dependent, it's motion-dependent. Think you need to lift heavy? Not at all. In fact, bodyweight exercises or light resistance bands are often more than enough. Chair squats, wall push-ups, soup cans in the kitchen. The magic isn't in the weight, it's in the consistency. Aim for just 2 or 3 short sessions a week, working the major muscle groups, legs, back, arms, and core. Each rep tells your body, I still need this muscle, don't let it go. And then there's the fall connection. Falls are the #1 cause of injury-related deaths among older adults. But muscle, especially in the hips and thighs, acts like armor. The stronger your legs, the more stable your walk, the quicker your recovery if you stumble. A strong core protects your spine. Strong shoulders help you catch yourself. It's not about vanity, it's about staying on your feet. Plus, strength training isn't just for your body. Research shows it increases blood flow to the brain, boosting executive function and memory. One clinical trial found older adults who did light resistance exercises twice a week performed significantly better on mental tests than those who didn't. Muscle builds mind, and let's not forget confidence. One 82-year-old woman named Elena shared that after 3 months of chair exercises, she no longer feared getting stuck in the bathtub or slipping on her porch. I feel strong again, she said. That strength gave her back her life. So if walking is your engine, strength is your armor. But now let's talk fuel, because even the strongest machine can't run without the right nutrition. Up next, the habit that nourishes longevity from the inside out, and it's more about how you eat than what. Mindful eating. By the time most people reach their 70s, they've heard it all. Eat more greens, cut out sugar, watch your salt. But what if the biggest breakthrough in healthy eating isn't about food at all? What if it's about how you eat, not just what's on your plate? Enter mindful eating, a deceptively simple habit that's been shown to reduce inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, improve digestion, and even boost memory. And for older adults, it may be the difference between managing illness and preventing it altogether. Let's start with something surprising: chewing. Most people chew each bite just 6-8 times, but studies show that chewing 20-30 times per bite can dramatically improve nutrient absorption and reduce overeating. Why? Because your brain needs about 20 minutes to register fullness. The more slowly you eat, the less likely you are to overeat or undereat, which is common in seniors. One Japanese study found that elders who ate slowly and mindfully lived significantly longer, even when calorie intake remained the same. And mindful eating isn't just chewing slowly, it's removing distractions. No TV blaring in the background, no scrolling through your phone. Instead, it's about noticing the flavors, textures, smells, the experience of food. This brings you into the moment, reduces stress hormones like cortisol, and signals your parasympathetic nervous system to activate digestion and healing. In short, slowing down helps your body use what you eat, but what about what's on your plate? That matters too, but not in the restrictive, joy-killing way diet culture has taught. Nutrient-dense foods, like colorful vegetables, beans, fish, berries, nuts, and olive oil, feed your cells and fight inflammation, which is the root cause of many age-related diseases from arthritis to Alzheimer's. Think of each meal as a gift to your future self. Brighter skin, steadier hands, sharper mind. Here's a practical tip. Use a smaller plate. It naturally limits portion size without triggering feelings of deprivation. Add variety, not volume, more colors, textures, and spices to keep your palate curious and your body guessing. and drink water throughout the day. Many older adults mistake dehydration for hunger or fatigue. Let's not forget social eating. Sharing meals boosts appetite, mood, and nutrient intake. Seniors who eat with others are 44% less likely to suffer from malnutrition. Whether it's a lunch date with friends, a potluck with family, or a virtual dinner over video chat, eating together feeds the body and the soul. One 76-year-old man with diabetes reported that after switching to mindful eating and cutting back on processed snacks, he reduced his insulin use and lost 15 pounds without ever feeling like he was dieting. His secret, he said, I stopped rushing and started paying attention. My body thanked me. Mindful eating isn't a fad, it's a return to something ancient, a habit that respects your body's wisdom and rewards you with energy, clarity, and longer life. But even the best meal can't nourish you fully if your heart is lonely. That's why the next habit may be the most underestimated of all: connection, social connection. In a world that praises independence, it's easy to forget that human beings are wired for connection. But for those over 70, this isn't just a feel-good notion, it's a life-or-death issue. Research from the National Institute on Aging has shown that social isolation can increase the risk of premature death by as much as 29%, putting it on par with smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Let that sink in. Loneliness isn't just sad, it's toxic, yet it sneaks up silently. Friends move away. Family gets busy, loved ones pass on, and suddenly social circles shrink, routines become solitary, and isolation settles in like a slow fog. But here's the good news. Even a few meaningful interactions each week can reverse this trend and bring surprising health benefits. Let's talk biology. When you spend time with others, your body lowers its production of cortisol, the stress hormone linked to inflammation and memory decline. At the same time, it increases oxytocin, the bonding hormone that lowers blood pressure and promotes feelings of safety. One study from Brigham Young University found that strong social ties can boost survival rates by 50%. That's a more powerful effect than exercise or even quitting smoking. And this isn't about becoming a social butterfly. It's about intentional connection, a weekly coffee with a neighbor, volunteering at a local shelter or library, joining a book club, walking group or choir. Even regular phone calls count. One 79-year-old widow found new purpose volunteering at a local school, reading to second graders. She called it the best medicine for her heart and her mind. Social connection also protects your brain. A landmark study from the University of Michigan found that just 10 minutes of social interaction improved cognitive performance in older adults. Conversations challenge your memory, language skills, and emotional intelligence. They keep the brain agile. And laughter, it boosts immunity and acts as a mini workout for your lungs and muscles. Technology can help too. FaceTime with grandkids, join an online interest group, reconnect with old friends on Facebook. It's not about the platform, it's about the bond. And if you're thinking, but I'm not a social person, consider this. Connection isn't just about talking, it's about being present. Listening, sharing space, feeling seen. It's never too late to deepen relationships, mend old ones, or build new ones from scratch. Because here's the truth. Humans don't just want connection, we need it to survive and thrive. And just like exercise or nutrition, social connection is a habit you can build. A life-extending, heart-healing, brain-boosting habit. But now, we turn to something most people overlook entirely, something you do every night that could either be adding years to your life or quietly stealing them. Let's talk about sleep, quality sleep. You might think sleep becomes less important with age, but the truth is, it becomes more essential than ever. While younger bodies can bounce back from a few nights of poor sleep, after 70, the stakes are higher. Consistently getting deep, restorative sleep can reduce your risk of dementia, strengthen your immune system, improve mood, and even protect your heart. But here's the catch. Over 50% of adults over 65 report sleep problems, and many don't even realize how much it's affecting their health. Let's start with what sleep really does. While you sleep, Your brain undergoes a kind of nightly housekeeping. It flushes out toxic proteins like beta-amyloid, which is linked to Alzheimer's disease. It consolidates memories, repairs neurons, and balances hormones that control hunger, stress, and immune response. Think of sleep as your body's most powerful and underused healer. Poor sleep, on the other hand, doesn't just make you tired. It raises your risk of falls by impairing balance and reaction time. It increases inflammation, worsens blood sugar control, and contributes to depression. A Mayo Clinic study found that seniors with chronic insomnia had a 38% higher risk of cardiovascular disease, even when other risk factors were controlled. But here's the good news. You can improve sleep quality, even if you've struggled for years. One 81-year-old woman named Jean had battled insomnia for over a decade. After making a few key changes, limiting caffeine, establishing a wind-down routine, and cutting back late-evening screen time, she began sleeping through the night for the first time in years. Within weeks, her mood improved, her blood pressure dropped, and she said she felt like herself again. The keys: consistency and environment. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time each day, even on weekends. Create a cool, quiet, dark room. Use soft lighting in the evening to trigger melatonin, your natural sleep hormone. And avoid alcohol late at night. It may help you fall asleep, but it disrupts the deep, healing stages of sleep your brain needs most. Another tip: don't stay in bed tossing and turning. If you can't sleep after 20 minutes, get up, read a calming book, and return to bed when sleepy. And don't underestimate movement. Studies show that moderate daytime exercise improves sleep onset and duration. Still struggling? Bring it up with your doctor. Sleep apnea and restless leg syndrome are common and treatable in older adults. And remember, medication is a last resort. Often, the simplest lifestyle changes are the most effective. Quality sleep doesn't just feel good. It adds years to your life and life to your years. It sharpens your mind, steadies your step, and helps your body rebuild night after night. But what if there's one more habit almost no one talks about that supercharges all the rest? A practice that older adults around the world are quietly using to thrive well into their 90s. That's coming up next in our bonus habit reveal. What if there was one more habit, so simple, so overlooked, that it's rarely mentioned in longevity advice, yet it's quietly practiced by some of the healthiest elders on earth? This bonus habit isn't found in a bottle or a gym. It's purpose, yes purpose, a clear reason to get out of bed in the morning. Researchers call it Ikigai in Okinawa, Japan, one of the world's longest-living communities, where elders well into their 90s and even 100s tend gardens, mentor younger generations, and wake up each day knowing why they're here. A groundbreaking study from the University of Michigan followed over 6,000 adults over 50 and found that those with a strong sense of purpose had a lower risk of death, stroke, heart disease, and cognitive decline, independent of income, health status, or education. Purpose acted like a protective shield, and it doesn't have to be grand. It could be caring for a pet, tending to houseplants, volunteering, teaching a grandchild how to cook, even writing letters to friends each week. What matters is that it matters to you, so ask yourself, what gives me joy? Who needs me? What do I still want to share with the world? The answers to those questions might just be the most powerful medicine of all. Let's pull it all together next, with a quick recap that will lock in each of these 6 life-extending habits. Ready? Quick recap. Let's take a deep breath and pull together everything we've covered, because these 6 habits aren't just tips, they are tools. Tools that thousands of people over 70 are already using to reshape their health, restore their vitality, and reclaim their independence. You don't need to change everything overnight, but the more of these habits you make part of your daily life, the greater the rewards, not just in years added, but in life added to those years. First, we started with daily walking, the gateway to movement. Just 20 to 30 minutes a day can slash your risk of death by up to 40%, boost your mood, and sharpen your brain. Whether you're circling your kitchen or strolling the block, every step is a vote for longevity. Second, we introduced strength training, your body's natural defense against frailty and falls. A couple of short sessions a week using resistance bands or body weight can rebuild lost muscle and restore confidence. Remember, strength isn't about size, it's about self-reliance. Third, we explored mindful eating, slowing down, savoring, and choosing nutrient-rich foods. It's not about dieting, it's about listening to your body, fighting inflammation, and turning every meal into an act of healing. Small plate, big impact. Fourth, we revealed the power of social connection. Far from a luxury, relationships are as vital as food and exercise. Whether through weekly visits, group activities, or phone calls, staying socially engaged protects your heart, sharpens your mind, and lifts your spirit. Fifth, we uncovered the underestimated role of quality sleep. Not just clocking hours, but achieving real, restorative rest. By building healthy sleep habits, like a consistent bedtime, calming routines, and screen-free evenings, you support your brain, immune system, and energy levels. And sixth, we revealed the bonus habit, purpose, a reason to rise each day. Whether it's giving, creating, mentoring, or simply caring, it's the habit that amplifies all the others. When you live with intention, your health follows suit. Taken one by one, these may seem simple. But together, they form a powerful foundation, a blueprint for thriving in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. If you're feeling inspired but wondering where to begin, don't worry. You only need to start with one. And in just a moment, I'll show you how to take that first step, literally and figuratively, in a way that's easy, rewarding, and sustainable. Let's close with that next. So now you know the 6 habits that can quite literally add years to your life after 70. But here's the most important part. You don't need to do them all at once. In fact, you shouldn't. The best way to make these habits stick is to pick just one today. Start walking for 5 minutes, call a friend, turn off screens an hour before bed, chew your meals a little slower. That small action, it's not small at all, it's momentum, and remember, you're not alone. Thousands of older adults are making these shifts and seeing real change. They're moving better, sleeping deeper, thinking clearer, and feeling more alive than they have in years. You deserve that too. No matter your age, your health history, or how long it's been since you focused on yourself, you are not too late. If this video gave you hope, encouragement, or a new idea, share it with someone you care about. Help them start their own journey. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community of people who believe aging can be a time of growth, strength, and joy. You've got more life to live. Let's make it count, one habit at a time.